Alright guys, so I'm going to be working on this X Pro that I got from Amazon. It's been having trouble starting, installing, so they sent me a carburetor. It's what the fuel and oxygen passes through to cause combustion. So we're going to be changing that out today. So I did a brief look at it, and this is what, from the brief look that I did, you're going to need. You're going to need impact. I got a 12-in-1 there, has nut drivers, flatheads, whatever you're gonna need. So I'd recommend the 12-in-1. You're gonna need a 10 millimeter, an 8 millimeter, some zip ties, Phillips head, and something for cutting the zip ties off when you're done. So that's what I'm gonna start with. If I need any more tools, I'll let you guys know, but that's the bare minimum of what it looks like you're gonna need to do this job at first. All right, so what you're gonna do first is you're gonna open up the seat, and there are screws holding this bottom plate down. So you're going to take your impact with your 10 millimeter on it, and this should lift out. You can close this, lift it on out, and now you've just taken off the seat. So if you look down there, that's the carburetor right there. It has the fuel lines, which are coming from here. It swoops down around here, and it tees off on this piece. So it goes to multiple points. So it swings here, and it goes over here into the carburetor, and then it has this piece which goes to like this little filter thing, and it goes down in the bottom corner over here. So that's what you're going to use the zip ties for, to take it off. So because when you take it off, it's going to be spilling gas from your tank, so you're going to want to pinch it and have it held, and so I use zip ties to hold it. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're actually going to use some vice grip channel locks to loosen these nuts to get off this string that goes to your brakes. So twist this to loosen it, just to slide it out. So thread that all the way down, pull it up, and slide it out. So it'll come off, and that piece will come out like that. So you'll have that off of here. And then we're gonna get this line off, and we're gonna clamp it, because this is one of the gas lines right here, but we gotta give it some more wiggle room too. So we're gonna move this hose to the side like that to expose that Phillips head screw. And we're gonna go ahead, take the Phillips head off, so it has more wiggle room, and we're gonna zip tie it and clamp it in the middle like that, pinch it, so when we take it off, it's not gonna spray gas. All right, so we've got the zip tie ready, put it over top. Really tighten it down so it's really pinched. You can put multiple zip ties on it too if that makes you feel more comfortable. Like we might probably gonna put another one right up here just to make sure there's no leakage. There we go. Now that's pinched down, so now we're gonna remove this on the side here, this hose from here. Okay, and you're going to want to pinch it together, pull it up and off. Oh, clamp kind of came off. That's okay, we'll set that to the side right over there, make sure we know where it is. But as you can see, no gas, lines now gone off of here. Make sure you mark it, or you at least remember where these are going. You can always refer back to this video. This is the teed off one that's going to that side. So just remember that so you know where all these lines are going. Okay, next we are going to unplug it. So this is the cord right here. You're going to follow it. If you can see, there's a zip tie here, so you have to cut that. That's another reason you'll need zip ties, is re-zip tie that back down when you get to that point. So tugging on it, I can see it moving right here. So I'm going to pull on that and follow it up. There's another zip tie up here. All right, cut that. And goes right here up in this corner where the yellow and green wire are. There's a couple of these, doesn't go there. Okay, it's a push-in connector. And then pull that back down. And you have disconnected the power to the carburetor. Okay, next we're going to disconnect this gas line here, the one that has this see-through piece on it, and I'm going to clamp it right after it because that's has the bendiest spot for the clamp. All right, got my zip tie ready. Put it over. It's kind of tight, so grab it in the middle like that to pull it up and push down on the zip tie. Okay, we have that line zip tied now. All right, so this is what it looks like from the top of it. Has the spring for it to close and everything. I'm taking out. You don't have to do this. I'm taking off the top just so you can better see what's in it. It looks pretty good, honestly. Doesn't look burnt up or anything, but I just want you guys to be able to see the inside of it. And also, I need to take this off so you guys can see the piece that I am. The line that I'm trying to get off for you guys. Well, I don't know if it's going to be possible. Go. Things really in there, so there we go. That's what that piece looked like there on the other end of the cable. Just I finally got that out. Be easier to see down here. That one just unpinches. Didn't even have a clamp on it because it's a. So now that we got this last one off here, no gas spillage. Now we're gonna take off the two clamps on either side. Alright, clamps are off. This piece seems pretty flexible here, so it should just be able to pop off. Yep, so that piece just popped off. And after you get that off, it'll give you the room in the front. Just be able to pull it up and out. And as you can see, the last thing we have here is this piece that we need to get off, which if you can see, it swings down and under there. So it goes right there, and that's the one that you're going to need your little 8mm for. Sorry about that. Right up here. Okay, got that bolt out. All right, pull it back up. And the old carburetor is out. So now we're going to begin putting in the new one. The last piece we just did, we're going to take that back on through. Drop that down there. Take off this blue cap. We're going to put it in the front first. Got to push that other piece out the way a little bit. You have to put it in an angle and then push down. There we go. Now that's in place. Now we're going to put the back piece on. Sorry about that. So, got the back piece up if it tilted, because you want it to be straight up and down. That one's already straight up and down. And then we're gonna tighten those down, secure them. I put the screw back in. And fasten that back down. You're good on that part. So this new carburetor came with this tubing already on here. So we left the old tubing on there just to make it easier on ourselves. We're going to remove the new tubing that came with it because it's already teed off to where it needs to go here. Because we zip tied it. And so that's the piece that has to go over here that we zip tied. And that way we don't have to, we can use as little clamps as possible. So we're going to get rid of the one it came with and put the old one that was on there. You could keep the new, whatever is easiest for you. It doesn't matter, but you don't need all these tubes. Okay, I've just put back on the hose that went on the right side of it that was teed off. So we're good to go with that hose. We're going to connect the power. Remember, bring it up this way. Pull it further over. Plug back in. We're gonna have to zip tie it all back up. I'll do that in a bit here, but power's connected now. Next, we're gonna connect this filter tube here, one that's connected to the clear piece that you can see through. So that one didn't have a clamp or anything, it just pushed down here. You can't see. On this nipple on the side, on the bottom there. Gotta take off that rubber piece that's on it. Forgot to take that off before I put it in. There's a rubber piece on it you gotta take off. Otherwise that tube won't fit on anyways. I'm gonna put that piece on real quick. I'll be back. Yeah, I already got that piece back on. So now we can cut off the zip tie. So you're not pinching the gas lines. Kind of spread it out, make sure gives it some air so it's able to flow properly so it's not pinched. All right, now that line's good. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the brake line back to it. So next we're going to be putting this brake line back on. without putting it in the bracket first, which will go on in a minute. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to push this piece in there first. Otherwise, it'll be very difficult if you don't do that. You're going to have a tough time. Then you're going to want to spin it around, make sure it's in the groove. And then what you're going to do, if you threaded that back up a little bit, you're going to want to unthread it. And then you got to pull it, push back down, and it's back in the bracket right there. Thread this back up. Take your vice grips, make sure it's tight. All right, push that rubber garment back up. And you can test it out. You should see it tighten. Yep, I can see. I'm not sure if you can see, but I can see it moving when I pull the brakes. Slight movement, but it's there. After that, you're all done. You got your brake lines hooked up. You got your 2 fuel inlets on it. You got your in out here connected. You got the braided piece connected on there, and it's hooked back up to power. So it should be good to go. Go ahead and start it up. Make sure it starts running and everything before it. Make sure you check the fuel inlets and stuff. Make sure nothing's leaking after doing that, or any components on this are leaking on the carburetor itself. So just do a little safety check when you turn it on. Just kind of give it probably 10 minutes of running. Just sit there watching and make sure you see nothing leak on the ground. All right. So let's go ahead and start it up. So starting from the off position, so you want to turn that on. Turn that over to the horseshoe, like that. All right, start it up. Give some gas. All right, guys, so I just started finishing installing this carburetor on this. So one of the things was, after I put it in, the back wheel was spinning when I put it in. So I figured out what that was. It's the set screw right here. So you have to spin it out. So if it's too spun in, it'll cause it too much gas flowing through it, and it starts the acceleration. So I'm gonna turn it on so you can see. So as you start spinning, as I start spinning it in, it'll start going. As I spin it out, it'll stop. So if you're having that problem, if you get it new or if you just put in the carburetor, just that set screw.